Stansted Airport Terminal Building.
So this is FC Utrecht in the Netherlands, just south of Amsterdam, and I wanted to take a walk up here today. I'm actually in Utrecht for something else, which you may see later on, but I wanted to take a walk up here just in case I could have a poke around. Now unfortunately you can't really get in. I've had a bit of a look around and I've had a walk around the perimeter, but you can't get in. They do tours here, but if you've got to have a minimum of 2 people, and I'm on my own today, so unfortunately couldn't get in to have a look around. But it is a beautiful setting out here. So a nice little wander around in the sunshine, but as mentioned, can't get in. So I'm going to head back into town and get a beer. So I am here in the Netherlands. I thought I'd try some traditional Dutch food whilst I'm here. So I've got obviously a McDonald's McTasty. Looking forward to getting that. some swirly fries, which you mix with paprika and to give you a little bag, and some, is this a sauce? Something called sauce, chip sauce, whatever that is. A coffee, an iced coffee, frappe coffee, caramel latte one obviously, and this is quite interesting. This is what we call it, McFlurry, pistachio flavour. Now I'm actually going to try this first, because this was the first thing I ordered on the menu. Pistachio McFlurry. That's a winner. Right, let's do me curly fries. This is a bit interesting. So you get your fries, stuff them in this bag, and then your paprika dust. Oh. Chuck that in the bag. Oh, that is pungent. Oh. What's that? It all came out stuck together. Nice. But I've also got this interesting frite sauce. If I can get into it. I can never get into these things. Kerry, can you open? Oh, she's not here. I'll get back to you when I've opened it. Right, got the frite sauce open. I'm just going to put it into my burger. Oh, which looks delicious, by the way. We'll have a look at that in a minute, though. Let's get this sauce out. Now, this sauce, I don't know how I can show you this without moving the camera. I'm going to have to move the camera. I don't know what it is. It looks like some sort of pickle and some sort of like gherkin mayonnaise or something. That's what it tastes like, actually. It is gherkin mayonnaise. It's nice. And I'm going to dip me paprika chips in it. That's nice. That is nice. I like that. Now, you may be wondering what's all this got to do with Subbuteo or in fact football. Well, I'm going to be honest here, not a lot. But I did want to wander around earlier, FC Utrecht. So we've done that. That is a nice walk, by the way. So if you ever find yourself in Utrecht, it's pretty easy to find if you use Google Maps. They said it was a 41-minute walk from Central Station. It didn't take me that long. Probably about 30 odd minutes going there and on the way back. Yeah, on the way there, 30 odd minutes. But I was like messing around with my phone looking at Google Maps all the time. On the way back, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And an actual, quite a nice walk anyway. So even if you're not into football, if you wander up there, you basically come out of town, wander along the canal, and then go along what probably wouldn't be so nice in the UK, a dual carriageway. But it's like a tree-lined dual carriageway. It's quite a nice walk. I mean, the sun was shining, so that made it all better. These are lovely. Paprika and gherkin. Ooh. Now, I'm going to pull these chips in there. Back to football. I've got to go to a gig tonight. I don't know if I'll take my phone in with me, but if I do, I'll obviously show you some of that. And then tomorrow I'm heading back home. But what I might do, my flight's not till like something like 6 o'clock or 6:30. So what I might do is have a wander around Amsterdam as well. I've never been to Amsterdam before, so that should be interesting. Okay, big tasty. This is a good looking burger, man. Here's all the wrapping out of the way. That's nice. That was very nice. That is better than our McDonald's full statement on it. Anyway, so this pistachio with flurry. Looks like that, by the way. Looks a mess, delicious. Oh, worn out. I am home for one night only. So why am I in Utrecht? Well, a t-shirt is a bit of a giveaway. I'm here to watch the Reytons, one night only in Utrecht. And I wanted to fit in a few bits and pieces relating to football around that. And hopefully we can do some more of that tomorrow. Now I'm about to head out, meet up with a couple of people, and we'll see how we get on. We're all Reytons, aren't we? You can shout what you want.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing. No one's going to do live. When are you coming around again?
Oh God, getting too old for this. So I'm back. I didn't show you any of the actual gig because, well, it's on the Reytons YouTube channel anyway. So if you ever want to watch what a Reytons gig looks like, go over to Keeping Up with the Reytons on YouTube and you will see all the gigs. Also, if you've ever been to a Reytons gig, you'll know that it's not really the sort of place you can get the camera out and just stand still. Brilliant night. Lost my voice. Boiling hot. I'm aching. And I smell very pretty indeed. So I'm going to take a shower. And then we'll wake up tomorrow nice and refreshed. So, good morning. Another day in the Netherlands, another McDonald's. I wasn't going to actually have any fast food today, but I just needed to sit down to collect my thoughts. Got to Amsterdam about, I don't know, about 45 minutes ago. Had a little bit of a wander round. I've never been to Amsterdam before, and if you've never been before, or in fact if you have been before, let's just say there's a lot going on. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to soak in, and it's a little bit much first thing in the morning. So I just had to collect my thoughts and sit down and calm down for a little bit. Now, I've got probably about 4 hours in Amsterdam before I've got to head back to the airport. And I've got no real plan, really. I did want to tie in some sort of football-related content, but I don't know, I think I'm just going to play it by ear. I don't know anything about Amsterdam. I'm just sort of mulling about. So I think whilst I sit here, and before I go anywhere, I'll have a scope around. It might be a bit of a sightseeing tour. I'll have a check on Google Maps, see what's about, and we'll just have to see what I get up to. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for a bit, soak it all in. My eyes and ears have seen and heard a lot of things already. I can see why people come here. It's a little bit mental. Another minor concern is that I was editing this morning a video about the painting that I was doing back at home. Now that's not yet uploaded in my timeline, but you will have seen it as the previous video. Now what that means is that I've got unedited clips on my phone, I've got an edited video on my phone, and I've got all the clips from this little trip away on my phone as well. So at some point the phone's going to get full up. So what I might have to do is sit here, finish off that editing, try and upload it somehow, and then get rid of all the other footage so that I've got space to fit in today. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just let the camera run out. Anyway, next clip, if it all goes to plan, should be some sort of sightseeing or something a little bit more interesting than Jem sat in a McDonald's eating nearly swore then, having a frappe. Not entirely sure where I'm going. Kind of got lost there for a minute. I think I'm going to head south because there's something down there I want to see. So this is better. Large beer, €3. There's a lot of players hanging around. I don't know if there's a match on, but looks like something's about to happen. I might have to stick around and have a look. €3. Loving it already. I've come outside. Now apparently where I was sat then, I don't know how I got let in. I just wandered in and ordered beer. Now apparently it's a players and press area. And a fella came up to me. There was some senior fella in the club. First of all, he spoke to me in Dutch, and I said, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I only speak English." And he was very kind. He was talking in English. He says, "Oh, normally this is for press players and like ex-players and dignitaries in the football club." He goes, "But you sit and relax. You didn't know. Have your beer." So I sat in there, and there's all players wondering about mine. Now he was telling me that Amsterdam Football Club is the oldest football club in Amsterdam. They play in their version of Division 3. So that's quite interesting. I had a little chat about Bristol Rovers. I don't think he'd heard of Bristol Rovers, to be fair. And now he also told me that, which is perhaps more interesting, that there's an actual football match on today at 3:15. I'm meant to be in the airport by 4:30. Although not as far away as I was when I was in central Amsterdam. Don't know, we're gonna have to mull this over, aren't we? Now, I'm going to be honest here, I don't know exactly what's going on here. I think this is some sort of like youth team or training team. Certainly got a lot of energy about them. So I'm going to sit here and enjoy my beer for a bit while I decide what I'm going to do later. Let's watch this corner. I might wander over into the sunshine. Just had to do me ball boy bit. I'm the only one sat on this side. Ball came over like a legend. They chucked it back to the Amsterdam goalkeeper. It's just how I roll. No idea what's going on now. Some sort of pre-match thing. So a lot of people have wandered out, but a lot of people have wandered in. I can't see anywhere that you buy tickets. Seems like they're geeing themselves up for the big match, which is Amsterdam versus a team called Quick Boys. Anyway, That starts in 55 minutes. So there's all sorts going on here. There's like 4 football pitches and all sorts of matches going on. They seem to have shut the gates, so I can't. I ain't got a clue what's happening. Anyway, they're prepping for the game. It looks like I'm in. I'm gonna have to try and find a club shop and buy something. Senior team warming up. So, update. Half an hour to kick off. I'm in. I've managed to get a beer, which now apparently you can only drink on the terrace, which is where I am now. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. And also, I managed to get a scarf over the bar. So apparently the club shop is over the bar. I think that's what was being said. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't expect anyone to be able to speak English, but I have zero Dutch. Bedankt is about as far as I go. So I just got some muddle through. But we've got the team scarf. Kick-off is soon, and I've got a beer. Can't ask for much more than that. Oh, the sun's shining as well, which is lovely. I've just noticed that although this is an Amsterdam club football scarf, it's got bloody Utrecht on it. She sold me a split scarf. Now, I'm normally dead against that. I hate split scarves. Anyone knows me, I think that's a crime. But I did go to Utrecht yesterday, so am I going to let it slide? We'll let it slide this once.
Wedstrijd tussen deze 2 ploegen. Dat was op 26 oktober toen Quick Boys. Weliswaar een van de zuinige kerel.
These sprinklers are soaking everyone in the wind. Fuck! Carnage. Everyone's getting drenched. Ah! They just switched off the one over there. Right, it's about 15 minutes into the game and I'd love to stay and watch the rest of it, but I do have to get to the airport. On top of that, my phone is down to about 40% battery. I've got nothing to charge it and I need it to get on the aeroplane, so I better start being sensible. Just managed to get on a train. One last Dutch McDonald's before I go. I have gone for a tiny little coffee. I think this is a Big Mac. Fries, but they didn't have any of the seasoning. Not quite as good as the other ones. But of course, classic pistachio McFlurry. Although that one looks a bit rougher than the ones I've had before. Did get some of this lovely gherkin mayonnaise stuff though. Ugh. Thought I ordered a caramel latte, but I think that's a real coffee. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now because I've got to eat this and then get back on my plane and get back home to Bristol. So next time I see you, I will be in Gas Buteo Stadium. I've had a really fun short weekend. Seems a bit strange. I've only actually been here about 36 hours. Well, seem to have fit quite a lot into that. So hey, until next time, up the gas.